The word itself, to heal, means to be at rest. So when we tell a dog to heal, we're telling him to rest. We're telling him to sit, relax. So when we get sick, a lot of times we have to rest, right? We have to allow our body to do what it's going to do naturally, intelligently. And so when we rest, what ends up happening is we're allowing the body's natural intelligence to heal itself. Because we're going, okay, I'm vulnerable at the moment. I need to make sure that I give this body a chance to do what it does. And as a practitioner of the healing arts, what I've learned was when a person has things going on, any kind of ailment, injury, that as a person like myself, Reiki, it means, it's light, it's life force. So what we're doing is we learn to channel energy, or a life force energy that's all around us in every way throughout the entire universe. We learn to allow that energy to flow through us. So we channel that energy and we allow the energy to flow through us to the person that is looking for some kind of healing. And what I learned in this also is I learned that the person, a lot of times, because I've seen practitioners do work, and a lot of times people come back. And it's usually because that person gets their healing, but then they go back to their old routines, and then they get sick again. So, or an injury comes back, or they didn't allow the process to finish. They just got back into full throttle and going and doing their thing, and then they're coming back. So, but what I also learned was from one woman in particular was her openness and willingness to allow the energy to flow into her. And usually that happens with people when they get on the table. The next thing that I learned from her was her ability to allow the energy to flow through her and out of her, which made her heal quickly, very quickly. And we're talking about a woman that was going to dialysis, and she was really, really sick. Her skin color was gone. She's a Filipino woman, dark-skinned Filipino woman. But very light, she lost her pigment basically, and by the fourth week, working with her 2 days a week, skin color came back, her energy levels came back, she started going to dialysis less. By the 6th week, she said, "We're done." I said, "That's amazing." And I learned something from that, and that was our willingness to be that open circuit, because she was happy. She was letting it flow, and she's the one that taught me that, about, because she had orgone in her house, and she's like, "Yeah, this energy it's a constant open circuit." So I learned that. I said, "So you're allowing me to be the conduit to energize you, and then you're allowing yourself to be that open circuit, so the energy will sustain itself." I said, "Got it." So anytime I worked with anybody after her, I said, "We're going to do this now. And we're going to sit here as long as it takes until it's done. And then you don't have to come back for a second or a third or a fourth time. We can do one shot." And it opened my eyes to, because, I grew up religious, of course, but it opened my eyes to what Yeshua was trying to teach us. He was trying to teach us how to do this ability, and saying that we're all the same. We just have to be open and don't worship the person that's doing it. Just be open. And most people that need healing, a lot of times they're in fear. Like, I don't want to be sick. So their willingness to be open to this experience is more. So I said, okay, all right, well, in that case, we're gonna take it a step further. So we started doing experiments. And I was talking about it yesterday, and I brought the multimeter. So I had it set on millivolts. And I don't know if you heard the music that was playing earlier. The Hare Krishna song, that's the one that we used to do some of these experiments. And what we saw was results on a simple voltage meter reader. And we did one where it was everyone holding hands, and we did another one where everyone was just projecting energy at one person. And the results were phenomenally, astronomically bigger with everyone just focusing their energy on one person. And that was me in the middle most of the time, because I'm like, I know how to be hollow and let the circuit flow. So what they were doing was they were amplifying, bringing the energy through them and amplifying me in the center. And I didn't need healing at the time, but we were able to see the results. And that was what was important at the time. So in that, and I believe where is she at? The woman that spoke second today.
Oh, she's still.
Oh, okay. She was pointing out everything that I'm saying right now. She was pointing that out earlier and saying about where these batteries, we got this mana, this current that flows through us. And as long as we learn to understand what it is and amplify it and help each other, because it's not about one person. You know, I mean, I've seen Reiki practitioners, and some of them that just get burnt out because, you know, once they stop it, and then they're filled with all this energy, and then they got another person coming, and you have 4 or 5 people a day, and your body's not used to that much energy. It's very tiring. So I never worked with 4 or 5 people a day. I'd work with 1 if I worked with any a day. So what we're going to do is we're going to test, and we're going to be scientists, and we're going to allow this to be theory and see what happens today, instead of saying, yeah, well, everybody here is going to be healed. We don't know that because we don't know if everyone's open. But if you're open, we can see something that could change people's minds at home and in our own hearts and minds. That was possible. Because we are. We're very powerful. We're making this thing move right now. And it takes a lot of energy for that to happen. So one of the things that we weren't taught was how to recognize, because, you know, we're so used to waking up, looking through the eyes, hearing with the ears, speaking with the tongue, you know, that we don't recognize the intelligence of the energy, that source being that makes this thing run, right? Because we weren't taught that. We weren't taught how to recognize that consciousness, that conscious being that is making all this happen. So we'll start with this. I'd like everyone to close their eyes. And whether you have an imagination or not, it doesn't matter. You don't have to see it visually, but just feel and imagine. I want to say imagine, but I'll use that word for lack of a better word. Just imagine this body as being like a hollow log. And you're in the center of that hollow log. You see a little bit of light. We like to say that, well, I just closed my eyes, so I'm seeing just remnant light from the lights in the ceiling, but you're still seeing something that's beyond your eyes, your human eyes. And you hear my voice, and it's coming in through the ear as if I'm outside of the log talking to you. Now with one hand, just kind of move your fingers and touch your fingers and just feel your hand. Just feel it and go. I'm making that happen. Your natural intelligence is making those fingers move, touching each finger, just experiencing the hand. And as you hear my voice, you being that consciousness in that log, can recognize that there is something inside that is able to interpret and understand everything that's happening as you feel, as you breathe. And that thing is what you are. You're not the hollow log. You're not the human. The human is a dimension. It's like a log, like a tree. The tree is just a tree, but the essence inside the tree is just like us. And we are that thing that has no definition. That is hearing, that is breathing, tasting, that can see, that experiences their feet on the ground and their aches and pains of the body, and their joy and their laughters and all those things that come with this suit, this beautiful human suit that we all have. But it is that being inside that is what sustains it and sustains everything that's happening around it. And you can open your eyes, and when you look at one another, there's no more faces. There's just that being inside it. When you look at each other, you go, I see you now. I see you. I see what's inside. It's the same thing. This is just my suit. It's just your suit. It's just temporary, and we get to experience it how we want to. But that thing inside is the generator. It's a light, soul, like the sun, like the stars. That's what soul means, a star. We're star beings. That thing inside is a star. It is this conscious star, just as conscious as the ones in the sky and the planet that we live on. The next step for us is to shine that light. We need to learn to understand what the emotions do for us when we're happy. Our light shines, and people it emanates, and people can feel that. And you don't have to be happy to heal. You can just be happy. You can feel what happiness is. You can simulate that happiness within you and allow that shine. Because we feel that happiness or that joy, that bliss, when we're helping each other, when we're helping one another. So when we shine, when we do this experiment, what we're going to do is we're going to shine for one another, and we're going to open ourselves to create a circuit. Now, for those people that may not be quite open, because we'll all feel a certain vibration. You can feel it now, right? Are you vibrating? Like you can feel this pulse? Boom, 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 boom. That is you. That is not your human. That is you. Being within. For those of us that allow our mind to not just be open, but to allow the mind to take over for a minute, that vibration can turn into turbulence. So it'll make you feel like you're going to start shaking. Your body will start shaking. And that's our resistance. It's us being resistant and not being an open circuit. So when I say be open, it's not it's just being open to the situation, to the experiment. You don't have to believe me. I don't want anyone to believe me. This is an experiment to see what we can do. So in saying that, if there's, and I put 4 chairs out here, we can grab more if there are people that know that there's something in their body that needs repair, that needs that extra light so their body's natural intelligence can heal itself. And we'll grab more chairs if there's more people, so feel free to come forward. I'm actually going to play a song too that simulates that vibration that you're feeling. When you put your hand out like that, you can feel it. You feel that pulsing, that vibration. It's sometimes we're like, well, it's kind of cold in here, so maybe I'm shivering a little bit. No. Don't allow yourself to feel. Let your mind fool you into thinking that it's something else. Yeah, we can grab more chairs. So all of us lovely people that are on the outside, what we're going to do is we're going to be the projectors. We're going to be the projectors of this energy. Now, the people in the middle here, you're just as important. And your job is to be open and to allow the energy to flow through you, because what will happen is we will create a circuit that energy that we are projecting to you comes back, it goes through you, and it comes back to us, and it goes back to you, so we'll amplify. So we're looking to amplify here. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to think that we're doing any healing work. The body's intelligent enough to do it. All we do is provide the energy for that to happen. So if anybody wants to come in closer, we don't have to make a perfect circle. Everybody can sit where they want. It doesn't matter. What's important is to send your light, to open yourself. Because one of the things we learn in Reiki is you don't want to send your personal energy. You don't want to deplete yourself. You don't want to give to everybody else. Because we know that feeling. We all know that feeling. We've given to people and just been tired, right? Going, I don't even want to help these people anymore. You're taking all my energy. So when we allow energy that's all around us right now, just to flow through us, we allow it to flow through. We become the hollow bone. We become that log, that hollow log I was talking about. We become that hollow, and we just allow it to flow through us. Doesn't matter if it's a trickle. Doesn't matter if it's lightning bolts. It does not matter. Everybody has energy to give. What ends up happening is, like I said, when we complete a circuit, it gets stronger. If you feel yourself getting shaky, take a breath. Take a breath, and allow the energy to flow. Because when we're not familiar with this type of work, it can feel like, I don't know what's happening to me. You know, the human gets a little paranoid about, like, I don't know if I'm doing it right. And we have to let go of all thought, because it doesn't matter if you're doing it right. As long as we're all working together, it will work. So I'm gonna put a song that emanates that frequency. Now, you'll feel it, you'll hear it, and then, like I said, just allow, because we're all healing one another. We're allowing that light to do that, to go through us all. We're going to complete a circuit, and we'll see how this goes. Everybody close your eyes and just send energy to the people in the center here. You can use your hand to point it out, just to send it if you want. Some of you, your eyelids are already fluttering because you can feel the vibration of your energy flowing through. Make sure you breathe. I love what you'll feel is it feels like an energy going through your palm or through the bottom of your breath, just let it. You'll feel your body temperature just getting warmer. You'll feel like a warmth around you, and that's the light. As you amplify, you'll feel yourself getting warmer. You know the door's open. You can feel the warmth on your skin. That's you amplifying. It's us amplifying. There are people at home that are watching this and they can feel it too. They're a part of this too. Distance means nothing. If you feel any resistance, make sure you sit up straight. Get your spine straight up and down. Take a breath and let your body relax. Things come up, you'll feel emotions come up, that word stuck, and you'll start to feel them come up, and take a breath and let them flow out of you. If there's any old injuries and you feel the pain start to amplify, let it out, let it go out of you. As we create this field, you have to let it go. Love is light. Light is information. So as we send love and our light flows through us to one another and create a circuit, the body's natural intelligence knows what to do to heal. We have to allow ourselves to let go of those things that causes physical, mental, or emotional pain, because they will come up. Let them come up and let them out. For another 5 minutes. But don't worry the clock. Because this is an experiment. If there's anybody on the outskirts of the circle here that wants to get up and move into the middle, but just like walk around and experience what's happening in a different way, you're more than welcome to just kind of get up and see what you can feel from a different perspective. If you start getting really warm, again, make sure your spine is, you're sitting up straight, and allow the energy to flow through your head and down through your body, out through your hand. You can put your hand on your lap if you want. It's okay. You don't have to hold it. Extend your arm out. If you see your eyes, if you see a flickering through your eyelids, if your eyelids are flickering, then it's working, it's going, it's doing good. For those of you who are experiencing that flicker, not everybody will, but that's, it almost looks like the light in the room is pulsing. It's your eyelids. Your eyelids are you internally, or your light is pulsing. It's good. If there's anyone in the center that feels like they could use a touch from one of the people that have been doing energy healing work for a long time, you can raise your hand and we'll come. Someone will come. And if you feel feel called, yeah, anyone that feels called, please come up and. Now I'd like to invite everyone else to come and make a circle around the people in the middle, and we'll just continue doing what we're doing, but we're going to just stand and do this at the same time. One more minute. touch in the center people can stay, and everyone else, we can go back to our seats. We're going to do this gently. Center seat, stay in your chair, and then everyone giving them the healing touch. You can go back to your chairs. Take a few breaths, take some deep breaths. How many people are warm? Yeah, that's us, that's lighting up, and I'm sweating. I know our cameraman over here is like, it was already hot in here, it's gonna get hot again. Just a quick pointer of, thank goodness we did this really gently, because it'll just, the embodiment of that energy, allow it. Don't go back into the thinking mind. Don't go back into the fear. Don't go back into the thoughts of, I have an injury, I have an illness. Don't go back into those thoughts. Let those go with the energies that went. Let them go. Stay with the I am healing. My body is healing. My emotions are growing and getting stronger, and I understand them. I understand my thoughts, which ones serve and which ones don't. And the ones that no longer serve, I let them go. So I can grow. Okay. You guys can either stay there or turn the seats around. If anybody wants to share their experience, it's up to you. I know you're still coming back and there's a lot to integrate. And I don't want to, especially for anybody that's never done this before, I don't want to say what I experienced. I want people, if this is your first time, just to say what you've experienced. So those of us that have done the work, that we know what we've experienced, with helping others, then you can say what you experienced and we'll go, oh yeah, that's it. So if anybody wants to share.
My experience was, I felt that vibration, that shaking feeling, and then I felt really grounded and centered, and I felt myself again in that light. But everyone felt warm. I feel really cold. I feel like extremely cold, and and then I got in my head, and then I had to let it go. Yeah.
Feeling more cold because you're so
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was it. Which.
Anybody else?
I think before, when you first were saying for people to come, it's like immediately I felt like somebody touched my hand, and I have had this experience before, so it's the only time I opened my eyes and there was nobody there. So, and the same thing that happened before. And I also felt a coolness throughout. cold, but just the
Yeah,
coolness.
because if you touch your face and you're warm, almost everybody here, like, your body temperature is not that. But it feels colder here because the door was open, it's cold, right?
Yeah.
So, but you felt the current.
Oh,
You
yes.
felt the current flowing through. So you feel that current, you're getting warm, but you're feeling the current moving. All of us are moving together. And it almost felt like that vibration was just like a draft. I know somebody saw something.
Hi, my name is Liz. I'm a practitioner for multiple modalities, including Reiki. I'm a master teacher. I don't practice anymore, but because I felt a lot of blockages and I was still feeling it throughout while we were doing this, but I was getting a lot clearer, and then by the end of it, I could feel the flow coming in through my feet, out through my head. So thank you all for your energy, and you were able to receive some of my language. When I had something in my head right here that was just like,
my name's Alicia, and when Eddie was talking before we started this session, as his hand moved around, there was this green ball of light on the end of his hand. And I was mesmerized. I couldn't see his hand because it was like when they blur out something on TV that you're not supposed to see, it was like that. But it was blurred out by a green ball of light. So in my experience at other ceremonies, when somebody was getting doctored, these green lights would show up. Where I am also a Reiki practitioner, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I've never done something like this before. It's always been one-on-one, either remotely or in person. So I sat with my palms in my lap, and I immediately saw an X of light, of energy going out to the circle in the center, but it made like an infinity loop. So the infinity loop was going, just gently going and going and going, and then it revved up a few notches, and I got the flittering butterflies in my eyes on the inside with my inner sight. So that's where I was feeling the vibration, and then the whole figure 8, the whole infinity sign was vibrating and creating a torus. I normally don't have my body release when I'm doing Reiki. I have had a lot of releases when I'm being worked on, but my body was just jumping all over the place, and I was releasing, so that surprised me. It wasn't uncomfortable or anything, it surprised me because I was sending the energy, and that doesn't usually happen. And my left knee hurt, and I have no idea why, but it doesn't hurt now.
And my legs have been hurting from the change of weather, for sure. Now I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm new at sundancing, and I stayed at the tree for 4 days, and it was for the last, like, trying to it's been the opposite of what it means to be a sun dancer. What experience. I was so open, and this whole experience is like that unwinding all the way back to that first one. Because it's been, as a dancer person, as a group, to open and give that. And for 3 years, it was the opposite for the people. And it's been in this circle to be able to feel that soaring, to feel that love, that expansion, to see the wholeness. I wish they're shaking. I'm letting go. What's that?
Heaven's hard for people to accept.
And that gentleness. Because we always hear that we're so strong. Like, and gentle. And gentle. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. I don't know if I'm just going to say the word, but Bakurashkashka. There's so much happening in the physical, but there's so much there. So I just felt it, I felt my heart break open. I felt like, because I just kept closing off, and it was just this, like the tears fall, Vegeta, right? So the first medicine, and it's okay to just show this part of ourselves, because this too is strong. This is strong. So anyway, I'm working on the throat chakra thing, but
It's confusing when you're not used to, when you're only used to certain kind of tears, and you're feeling tears of joy, and you're like, this is confusing, because why am I crying over feeling so happy?
gratitude, yes. That frequency of gratitude, right?
Medicine.
Medicine.
Tears of joy are medicine. The other tears are released for ourselves. And that's how it should be. Chief always said, we have to heal ourselves before we can heal anyone else. And that means when we cry tears of joy, that's the medicine for everyone else. The tears of sorrow are for ourselves. Getting rid of all that, letting it out. Experiencing the emotion when it comes into physical. Better a tear than something worse, right? So we're in charge. You're in charge. You got this. Yeah. It reminds me of the story of
What's this? He took the people through the desert for 40 years, right? And Moses, and you know what what Moses means? To roam? Moses. It's a parable. So, but he was looking for the promised land, and he didn't find it until he was on his deathbed. And it was only in that moment that he knew that this was heaven. And it was his very last moments, right before he left this plane, that he realized, I was already here. It's already here. And the power's within us. But we only get those glimpses of that for ourselves. And, until we're actually celebrating, going, we did it, we're here. That's when we know that there's nothing out there that's going on that can do anything to us because we're in heaven. We're here. We can't even harm each other because we just want to hug and love each other. We want to take care of one another. That's heavenly. That's what we are. The healing happens from that, and that's why we came. That's why every human that is here to Even the ones that don't know that they're here to take care of one another, but that's why they're here. They're here to learn. Because that's what we do out there, you know, when we're birthing planets and cosmoses and doing all this different work in different ways throughout the big playground. We come here and we're like, what was I supposed to do again?
I want to thank everybody for bringing that energy in and for us all. And I want to thank Jenny for jumping up and tapping me right away. Felt it. I was getting warm and feeling nice and relaxed and comfortable, and all of a sudden my left arm went cold. And I couldn't figure out, so I opened my eyes, and it was some guy in a green shirt and gray pants holding on to me. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it.
I'll explain for those, because I don't know if it's a common thing for people to learn the Christ healing techniques, but like I was talking about yesterday, I believe I was talking about the fascia, you know, skin and the fascia around the muscle. Train of thought. The Christ techniques. So there are more nerve clusters in your elbow and your shoulder, your wrist, and certain parts of your body. Vertebrae is really a really good one for anybody that practices to touch the top of the spine and to touch the sacrum, you know, the sacred spot, the seat of the soul. To touch from here to there. There's those two spots because that's going to create a circuit because there's a lot of nerves there. Nerves here and here. So if somebody says it's okay for you to touch, grab these, and everything in between will heal, right? And everything from the nerves. Because what it is, like I said, when we're giving light is love that we're giving is light, and then the light is information, so it goes there, and we're providing a charge. We're providing a charge, the body does the rest, all the nerves and the intelligence of the vessel does its own thing, and it'll heal quickly. Because we're providing the charge. We're helping to provide more of a charge for you where energy's stuck. So as long as you stay open, as long as any of us stay open, we don't have to go to those doctors, we just have to know that the body's intelligence can do that. There's some certain things that, you know, emergencies, of course, you're gonna go, you know, get a bone set, or, you know, you're gonna need some kind of surgery, major surgery or whatever, in injury cases. But anything else can be done in this way. That includes intestinal, it includes, you know, congestional, you know, we can work on each other in those ways. You don't have to be certified anything, you know. It's very simple. It's just energy. You know, we don't even have to set the intention. Just put the energy there, and be open. Just allow yourself to open up. We can do this for one another every day, and we should. And this was just the tip of the iceberg.
Some of you were mentioning feeling cold or hot. It's been my experience, either one is good. And it seems like people either say, boy, I got really cold, or I got really, and it's both good. And when you had that hurting in your knee, what happens? The energy goes right where it needs to, and of course those areas are sensitive and inflamed. So naturally it's gonna hurt when it's in there just moving around, because I hear that all the time too. People say, God, my heart hurt, but it's better now. So that's just what happens. It's pretty cool.
Robin and I went to go visit a friend when we were in Texas, right? We were in Texas, we went to go see Todd and his mom. We went and had Thanksgiving with them. And his mom has some things happening, but I wanted to show her how to feel the energy. So I was doing, showing her up close, and I get further back and further back. And at one point, I was from here to the pole, where she was there by the pole, and I went And I pushed, and I said, "What do you feel?" And she's all, "I don't know, but are you talking about the light in your hand?" And I looked at her, I'm like, "That's good too, if you can see it." Because, and like you were saying, that green light, you know, it's my intention from being centered, a centrifugal force when we're centered in our heart. So everybody calls it the heart chakra, or they call it this heart center. And that heart center is where our energy, like it's like this, if it was the center of the sun, it emanates from the center. So we emanate from that place, from that center. When we can find that center, when we meditate or we just calm, when we relax and heal ourselves, we can feel that this is where everything that we do comes from, everything that we feel, everything we think. And there's a thing that I learned about this gateway, where we want to manifest and have more things, and it's like, people are like, "Well, I don't have any extra sources of income." I'm like, "You're the source. You're the source." So see a $2,000 check in your head, handwritten or typed, right? Is it coming? Yes. Okay? And then let it go. Let it intention through your heart energy, because you're pulsing that energy out too. And then walk. Like, walk to what? Walk to a job? Sorry, so throw newspapers? No, just walk. And then when that $2,000 check is in your hand, you go, "How did I do that?" Do it again. Do it again with something else. You want a bicycle? Do you want a mansion? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do those practices. You know, just remember that there's always, in the natural law of the giveaway, it's in the book, that we have to be like the tree. So when we get more, we have to give more. You know, if we want to be kings and queens in this world, we have to, the reason why we're given more and given all of that is so we can share and give more of ourselves and more to each other. You know, without, the tree doesn't ask for anything when you pick the apple. You know, it's like, eat those apples. And it has its own selfish reasons. I don't know if you know that, but you know, you digest those seeds, and if they come out and you're in the woods, and there just may be an apple tree there later on. It knows exactly what to do. You know, so it has an intelligence. Everything around us has that intelligence, and we have that intelligence too. But we just need to start walking in that, and everything will just work itself out. It will. It always does, especially in service. It'll always work itself out. So you don't have to be rich in funny money to do something good for each other. Hugs, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It comes back in a variety of ways, and just allow that. So you can give the greatest hug and end up with a $5,000 check. And you're like, "No, I don't even know how that happened." You know? You're like, "Yes, you do. You do know how that happened." So my time is up. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I wish I had more time.